At my 40th birthday party, my brother Andrew crushed my 14-year-old son's ribs with a baseball bat because Lucas refused to let his cousin borrow a bike. When I heard the scream, I grabbed that bat and swung it at Andrew's head. The crack echoed across the yard. Not the sound of wood hitting a ball, the sound of wood hitting bone, hitting my son's back. Lucas collapsed, screamed, curled into himself on the grass, hands clutching his ribs, face twisted in pain. My brother Andrew stood over him, baseball bat in his hands, aluminum Louisville Slugger, the one from the garage. My garage, 50 people at my 40th birthday party, scattered across the backyard, music playing, food on tables, everyone frozen, staring. Andrew looked down at my son. I told you to let Jason borrow it. I ran, didn't think, didn't hesitate, just ran. My cousins Justin and Brandon got there first, grabbed Andrew, held him back. The bat clattered to the ground. I picked it up, gripped it, looked at my brother, at the man who'd just hit my 14-year-old son with a weapon. Blake, don't, Justin started. I swung, aimed for Andrew's head. He dodged. The bat crushed into his shoulder instead. The sound of bone breaking. Different sound, deeper, wet. Andrew screamed, dropped to his knees, arm hanging at a wrong angle. My father appeared, pushed through the crowd, looked at Andrew on the ground, at me holding the bat, at Lucas still curled up on the grass. He slapped me across the face, hard, open palm, left a red mark. Why did you dare hit Andrew? He said, voice shaking with rage. Your own brother. My mother was right behind him. How shameful. How could you do this? Family doesn't hurt family. I looked at Lucas, at my son, lying on the ground, ribs broken, breathing in short, painful gasps, tears streaming down his face. Then I looked at my parents, at the people who should have protected their grandson, who should have been horrified that Andrew had attacked a child. Instead, they were defending him, protecting him, blaming me. Something went cold inside me, something fundamental, something that couldn't be fixed. Erica, I said, voice steady, calm. Call 911. My name's Blake Thompson, 43 years old, electrician, living in Billings, Montana, married to Erica for 17 years, 2 kids, Lucas, 14, and Maya, 11. My brother Andrew is 2 years younger than me, 41, real estate developer, successful, rich, entitled. For 6 years, since Lucas was 8, I'd watched Andrew treat my kids like communal property, like toys he and his son Jason could use whenever they wanted. Every family dinner, Andrew would take Lucas's things without asking. Video games, sports equipment, books, family shares, he'd say. That's what family does. My parents always backed him up. Don't be selfish, Lucas. Let your cousin play with it. That's what good boys do. Last Christmas, Jason broke Lucas's gaming controller, PlayStation 5 controller, $75. Lucas had saved his allowance for 3 months to buy it. Jason threw it against the wall during a tantrum, smashed it, pieces everywhere. No apology, no replacement. Just my mother saying, boys will be boys. These things happen. When Lucas got a new bike for his 14th birthday 3 weeks ago, $400 I'd saved for months, working overtime, I knew it was only a matter of time before Andrew decided Jason should have access to it. The bike was beautiful. Mountain bike, good suspension, 21 gears. Lucas's eyes had lit up when he saw it. First, genuinely expensive thing he'd ever owned. He rode it every day after school, took care of it, kept it clean, locked in the shed. At my birthday party, backyard barbecue, 50 people, family and friends, Jason saw the bike leaning against the shed, took it without asking, started riding it around the yard. Lucas noticed, went over. That's mine. You can't just take it. Uncle Andrew said I could borrow it. He doesn't get to decide that. It's mine. Lucas took the bike back, rolled it into the shed, locked the door. 10 minutes later, Andrew appeared, face red, angry, holding the baseball bat from my garage. Open the shed, he said to Lucas. No, Jason wants to ride the bike. He can't. It's mine. Let Jason borrow it. Lucas said no, turned to walk away, to end the conversation, to avoid the conflict he'd been trained to avoid his whole life. That's when Andrew swung the bat. My father panicked when I told Erica to call 911. Wait, Blake, think about this. Our family will be very embarrassed if the police come. We can handle this privately. Privately? I looked at Lucas, still on the ground, barely breathing. My son has broken ribs. Andrew assaulted him with a weapon. This isn't private. He was disciplining the boy, teaching him about respect. He attacked a child with a bat. Erica already had her phone out, already dialing. I'm calling. Don't try to stop me. My mother reached for the phone. Please, think about the family reputation. What will people say? Erica pulled away. I'm thinking about my son, who's been assaulted at his father's birthday party. The ambulance arrived first. 15 minutes. Paramedics checked Lucas. 2 broken ribs, possible internal bruising. They loaded him onto a stretcher, took him to the hospital. The police arrived 5 minutes after that. 2 officers took statements, looked at Andrew's crushed shoulder, at Lucas being loaded into the ambulance. We have security cameras, I said. Everything's recorded. The lead officer, Sergeant Morrison, mid-50s, tired eyes, nodded. We'll need that footage. I showed them. Backyard camera, clear angle, everything visible. Jason taking the bike, Lucas taking it back, Andrew with the bat, the swing, the impact, Lucas falling, me running, the second swing, Andrew's shoulder breaking. We're arresting both of you, Morrison said. Andrew for assault on a minor with a weapon, you for assault with a weapon. He was attacking my son, I understand, but you used excessive force. Hit him after the threat was neutralized. That's assault. They cuffed us both, read us our rights, put us in separate patrol cars. My father stood on the lawn watching, said nothing, did nothing. My mother was crying. This is a nightmare. Our family is destroyed. Erica rode in the ambulance with Lucas, texted me from the hospital. 2 broken ribs, bruised kidney. He's okay. I love you. A week later, out on bail, waiting for trial, Andrew showed up at my house. 9 a.m. Saturday. I was making coffee, heard the doorbell. Andrew stood on my porch, one arm in a sling, shoulder surgery, pins and plates, permanent damage. He didn't apologize, didn't ask about Lucas, just pulled an envelope from his jacket. $50,000, he said. Cash. Tell Lucas to change his testimony. Say it was an accident, that he provoked me, that I was just trying to take the bat away from him. I stared at my brother, at this man I'd grown up with, played with, loved. You want me to tell my son to lie, to protect you? It's better for everyone. I'll pay for his medical bills, give him the money for college, whatever he needs. But I can't go to prison. I have a business, a reputation. You attacked him with a bat. He was being disrespectful, defiant. I was teaching him a lesson. You broke his ribs, and you broke my shoulder. So we're even. Take the money. Move on. I looked at him, really looked. Saw someone I didn't recognize, someone I'd never known. You know what I regret most? I said quietly, that I didn't swing the bat into your mouth to shut you up for good. I slammed the door in his face. Over the next month, I prepared, gathered everything, built my case the way I'd built circuits, carefully, systematically, with no room for error. The security footage, witness statements from Justin and Brandon, my cousins who'd held Andrew back, who'd seen everything, medical records showing Lucas's injuries, x-rays of the broken ribs, and I installed a new camera, hidden doorbell camera, just in case. Good thing I did, because Andrew came back, tried to bribe Lucas directly, showed up when I was at work, offered him $10,000 to change his story. Lucas recorded it on his phone, told Andrew no, closed the door. The footage caught everything. Andrew counting out cash, making promises, threatening consequences if Lucas testified, witness tampering, bribery, on video. I sent it to my lawyer, to the prosecutor, to everyone who needed to see it. The trial came 6 weeks after the attack. County courthouse, Judge Harris presiding, stern woman, no patience for nonsense. Andrew sat at the defense table with his lawyer, expensive suit, slicked back hair, the kind who charges $500 an hour. Andrew's wife, Rachel, beside him, looking miserable. My parents sat behind Andrew, front row, their choice clear, their loyalty decided. Lucas took the witness stand, 14 years old, still moving carefully, ribs still healing, but voice steady, clear, strong. The prosecutor, Assistant D.A. Martinez, sharp and prepared, walked him through everything. The bike, Jason taking it, Andrew with the bat, the swing, the pain. Andrew's lawyer cross-examined, tried to make Lucas look disrespectful, entitled, "Didn't you owe your cousin the courtesy of sharing? Isn't that what family does? Jason broke my gaming controller at Christmas," Lucas said, "and my skateboard before that. He never apologized, never replaced anything. Why should I let him use my bike? But your uncle was just trying to teach you about family values. My uncle hit me with a bat." Then came the evidence. The prosecutor played the security footage, full screen, sound up. Everyone watched Andrew swing the bat into my son's back, watched Lucas fall, scream, curl up in pain. Gasps filled the courtroom. Someone sobbed. Jurors looked horrified. Finally, the prosecutor presented the doorbell camera footage. Andrew at my house, envelope of cash, counting bills, offering Lucas $10,000 to change his testimony. Tell them it was an accident, that you grabbed the bat first. I'll take care of you. College fund, car when you turn 16, whatever you want. Lucas's voice. No, that's not what happened. Kid, you don't understand. I understand you're trying to bribe me. I'm recording this. Please leave. The courtroom erupted. My parents went pale. Rachel buried her face in her hands. Andrew lost all confidence, slumped in his chair. For the first time, looked genuinely scared. The jury deliberated for 90 minutes, came back with verdicts on both of us. Judge Harris read them aloud. Andrew Thompson, you are convicted of assault on a minor with a weapon, causing serious bodily injury, and attempted witness tampering. Sentenced to 5 years in state prison. Ordered to pay $100,000 in compensation to the victim, Lucas Thompson. Andrew's face crumbled. Rachel started crying. Blake Thompson, you are convicted of assault with mitigating circumstances, acting under extreme provocation to protect your child from immediate harm. Sentenced to 1 year, suspended. Ordered to pay $40,000 in compensation to Andrew Thompson for injuries sustained. The gavel banged. Final. Done. As we left the courtroom, my father blocked my path in the hallway. Eyes cold, hard, expression I'd never seen before. Remember this day, he said, voice low. Threat, not farewell. You destroyed this family. You put your brother in prison. You chose that boy over your own blood. That boy is your grandson. He's the reason my son is going to prison. I stared at him, at this man who'd raised me, who should have protected Lucas, who chose Andrew instead. No, I said quietly. Andrew is the reason Andrew is going to prison. My father turned and walked away, didn't look back. My mother followed him, said nothing, just left. I watched them go, felt nothing, no anger, no sadness, just emptiness where family used to be. I turned to Lucas and Erica. They were waiting by the exit. Lucas looked exhausted, Erica's hand on his shoulder. Let's go home, I said, and we walked out into the sunlight. Retry.